What's up, fam? How's everyone doing? What's good? People are doing well. Waffles. Yeah, he's hanging out. You know, he's gotta be in the way. Alright, we're gonna do some modding today. Surprise, surprise. If I remember correctly. Oh my god. If I remember correctly, last time we figured out how to not get recipes for stuff. So for example, if I go get gravel, I shouldn't have the recipe for concrete. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, right, so I don't get a new recipe for that. Let's see if I can find something else. This is not the best biome to be in for this, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't really know what else to look for. There's no like flowers or anything. Sand. I don't know if sand would give me recipes, but like we're not getting any recipes essentially. I could start a new world and check, but I don't think that. Let's see. Oh gosh. Oh, not this step. Oh, not this step. Be careful of the. Yeah, like these are, yeah, nothing's giving me a recipe for anything. Okay. But I believe if I do this, right, I can still craft stuff. So what I want is, I don't know that there's a way in the game to currently restrict I don't know that you can restrict. If you put everything in the crafting table, I think you just automatically get. Like, you just get that object. I don't think there's a way to say, no, you can't craft it, even if you have all the objects in the world. So I think there's a couple different ways we can do this. Number one, we could require items to like. You could require a recipe for craft items, which I don't think is a super elegant solution. The other one is we just figure out how to not let you craft something unless you have a recipe. How I'd probably want that to work, bro. I need to get a caption. Actually, you know what, guys? You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna buy a capture card. Can I buy one like at Walmart? Oh my gosh, this one is $160. Why is it so much? It's so much money. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Bro, the cat's just like through something on the floor. It was the cat treats. They threw the container of cat treats on the floor. And then I put them in the closet. I went to go close the closet, and your boy Waffle was in the closet. And I literally just like slammed the door on him. I closed the door and I was like, why did the door close? It's because Waffle was there. So it's like $100 for... Okay, I'm not gonna do this now, but it's... I gotta keep this in mind. That's crazy. I didn't know it was gonna be like $150. That's fine. What was I saying? Here, let me open up Notepad. There we go. Okay. So, restrict crafting unless you have a recipe. So what you would want to do is store recipes for store recipes available. Yeah, store recipes obtained, I guess. When you get a recipe, left click it to add it to the recipe book. When you try to craft an object, check if you have the recipe. Only can craft if you have the recipe. Okay, I don't think this is going to be very easy to do, to be honest with you. If I'm going to be straight up here, I think this is actually going to be pretty... I think it's going to be hard to find all this, like, to find the code to put this in. Oh, to know where to put this in. Bro, I'm being killed by zombies. No. That's fun. But yeah, so I don't really know what the deal is here. But, oh, there's a pillager outpost over here? That's crazy. There we go. Oh, there's a pig. I think I've never seen this pig. Maybe I have. Bro, y'all, I just played I started playing the Minecraft Homestead mod this past week. It's so good. I was so like pleasantly surprised with the amount of. Oh, it's not going to activate because I'm in creative mode. I was so pleasantly surprised with like the amount of stuff in the game. The biomes are so nice. Biomes are crazy good. There's so many biomes, and they're all like just really cool. They all have, I feel like, an identity. Like GregTech, there's a lot of biomes, but I feel like a lot of the biomes just kind of, after you see a handful of them, I feel like they kind of just repeat themselves a lot. So it's in here. And so I don't love that. And I get it, like I don't have any hate towards those biomes, but Sentry Armature. Nice. I don't have any hate towards those biomes, but I will say it's just really nice to get biome generation where each biome actually feels distinct. You know, they have and don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of biomes in there, so some of them just are like, oh, this is kind of boring. There's not a whole lot to the biome. Like there's a biome where it's just like sand and rocks. It's like, okay, like not the most exciting biome, but it's still distinct, you know. Even though it might not be super exciting, it still is unique and it has its own kind of identity. Which is cool. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm kind of just wandering in here. So what I need to do is I need to figure out when something is crafted. No, I need to figure out when. Interesting, it's just like constantly skipping. This part down here is pretty interesting. It's just like constantly skipping everything. Where's this at? This is being injected in player advancements class at the award method. Interesting. I just find it interesting that it's constantly trying to award. Like, what's the trigger? Like, what's causing this? It comes from down here, right? Yeah, it's some sort of criteria. It's not gonna start. That's fine. So yeah, I need to figure out when it's. Oh, that was. I need to figure out when it's deciding if something shows up in the crafting table. And what we should do is just always display, instead of displaying the block, we should just always display like an egg or something. Bro, I searched CRF, that's why. Craft table? Interesting. Craft copy, crafted item, crafting. this is the display recipe entry. So that's not it. Okay, they're like, never mind. I was about to skip the song because it was being really annoying to me, but that's okay. This is texture mapping. Let's do crafting table block. Let's see. I don't know what the difference between these two is, but let's just go here. And let's see. We have crafting table block. There's use without item and get menu provider. This is not great. I was expecting there to be something here that's like, I don't know, craft. That's okay though. So it extends block, obviously. It's got a codec and a container title. It has a map codec that takes of type that extends crafting table block. Crafting table block has its own crafting. No, that's I was like, it has a crafting table block, but no, this is the constructor. And then it has use without item and get menu provider. This is not excellent. Is this used anywhere? Oh no, hold on. It's like Shift F7 or something. Alt Shift F7. Okay. We'll just do this. Smithing table block. Crafting table block.java. But this is, I think this is the same thing. This is also, okay, let's open this. Oh no, these are just the same thing. Okay, hold on, let's do this. Yeah, this is where we are. I don't know. I expected there to be more going on in here. Like, why is this not? It's very strange that this is like not really anything. That's fabric. Blocks, crafting table block. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, this is just there. This is so weird. Where's all the behavior for the block? Oh, yeah, no, I bet it is. I bet it's an entity. I bet you'll have to find the entity. Because if we search up like chest, there's like a chest block and a chest block entity. So if we say like crafting table block, there's no crafting table block entity. Alright, I'm gonna work backwards from the chest, and we're gonna see if we can find this. Because this should be defined somewhere. block entity type. Could be here. We got furnace, chest, trap chest, ender chest, jukebox, dispenser, dropper, sign block, hanging sign, spawner, enchanting table. Crafter block entity. Bro, this is not, no, because this isn't. I don't think that's like what a crafter is. I think a crafter is an auto crafter. We can check, I think. Let me open this up, hold on. Oh, sorry guys. That's a crafter. Not a crafting table, man. Hold on, what is my key map? Do I have to check like this and check ID of it? I can update it. Maybe I'll do this too. What does this actually do? Like, I always install this, but I never know what it actually does. First class support for every page of Java modding Minecraft stuff. Yeah, I think it's just like some like autocomplete and maybe some extra stuff. No, I don't know why I expected it to be in there. Yeah, I just expected Control F to work. Oh, this isn't right at all. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I just want to search in this file. There's not like a button for that. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, can I just do this? And do... Use the crafter. Oh, crafting table right here. Crafting table block. No, why am I in blocks? I want to be a block entity. No, it's literally just what, bro? Can somebody explain to me where is all the crafting logic? Okay, so the crafting table simply has a crafting table block. No, it doesn't have that. The map, the crafting table block has a map codec, a component. But that's okay. And it overrides the just regular codec. Oh yeah, it overrides codec to return its own codec. Okay. Crafting table block takes properties. Yep. It has a method used without item, which takes in a block state, a level, block position, player, block handler or something, block hit result, and then all it does is player open menu, state, get menu provider, level position. I mean, we can see this maybe. Award stats interact with crafting table. Yeah, that's not really what I want though. There's a get menu provider. This might handle some stuff. Let's see. Oh, guys. My headphones are out of battery. I don't even have a charger over here. Oh my gosh. What did I do with it? Okay. I'm just gonna be like naked for a bit. We'll give it, what time was it? Like 6:30? We'll give it like 15 minutes to charge. It should be fine. I knew that was gonna happen too. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. One second. Okay. My bad, guys. Okay. Crafting menu. So we got this. That's the constructor. Slot changed crafting grid. Slots changed. Begin placing recipe. Finish placing recipe. Removed. Still valid. Quick move stack. Okay. So I would expect there should be some sort of method in which it places there should be a method in which it puts the item you're going to craft in the UI, right? We just have to find that. It should be in here, I would think. Slot changed crafting grid. So I assume this is when you change a slot in the crafting grid. Crafting input equals you're taking in the crafting container. Can we find usages of this? When is this used? Slots changed. Why would it do it here? This is an inventory menu. Wait, hold on. Why does it have a reference to? I'm just gonna open this. This is silly to keep it like that. This is a reference to a crafting menu. Why? Why would it do that? Where is it getting this reference? Am I blind? Guys. See, there's a bunch of crafting slots. This is an inventory menu. Why would it do this? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I guess there's crafting in the inventory menu. And this is the crafting menu. Okay, let's go back to the crafting menu for a second here. Let's... okay, so we have... slot changed crafting grid. We're getting the crafting container. Yeah, what's being passed in here? Is this just the container itself? This comes from abstract crafting menu. So I think you're getting the crafting input. Item stack result equals, so you're initiating an empty item stack. Maybe recipe equals level get server get recipe manager get recipe for recipe type crafting input level recipe hint. Okay, I think I understand. How do you know which one to get though? Oh, the input. You take the input in. If there's a recipe present. Oh. So I see. Then what we do is recipe holder crafting recipe holder equals maybe recipe.get. And you cast that to a recipe holder of type crafting recipe. Then crafting recipe equals recipe holder. Bruh, this is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. So you get an optional recipe holder of type crafting recipe. You check if, you've actually received your recipe. If you have, you cast that, you get the actual recipe and cast it to just a recipe holder of type crafting recipe. So you're getting rid of the optional. Then you get the value of it to get the actual crafting recipe. That's absurd. That is so many levels. Okay, result slots, set recipe used, server player recipe holder. Yes. So result slots. Yes. So yes. I see. So essentially, if you just change this to always item stack recipe result equals crafting recipe dot assemble. I bet if you just went here, what? Oh, this returns an item stack. It depends on the recipe you have. I see. Was that better if we find usages? Yeah, so there's a bunch of type parameters for this. else in here? Let's see where are the most results. Data recipes. Okay, you know what? Oh, shaped and shapeless. That's where it would be. Yep. I'm not going to try and figure this out because this is kind of ridiculous. But there's so many levels. Oh, this is not hurting my brain at all. But I understand, though. I understand how it's doing this stuff. I don't like the fact that it does in the inventory manager. That seems pretty... Or, like, I don't like the fact that it does in the inventory object. I understand why it does it, but, like, I just don't... I don't love it from, like, a code architecture perspective. But also, I'm not working at Mojang, so what do I know? I should work at Mojang. That'd be sick. Yo, if there's anybody from Mojang watching and the 0 viewers I have, I'm down to work for Mojang. I have experience coding Minecraft. You can watch me here. Actually, don't watch this because that's not gonna be good for my it's not gonna be good for my resume. You're gonna watch this and be like, we're not hiring this guy. No, absolutely not. You're the last guy we would pick. We actually hired an orangutan yesterday, and I think he's gonna do a way better job than you would. Anyways, recipe result, and then you do result equals if recipe result is item enabled. I don't know what that means. Why would an item not be enabled? Feature flag set enabled features. Return this is empty. Or this .get item is enabled. Wait. Hold on. So if it's empty, you return true. Or if the item in the stack is enabled, bruh. What makes an item enabled? This .required features is subset of... I don't even want to get into this. What is required? What are feature flags? Gosh. Bro, how does this... Yeah. Okay, we got a feature flag set. It contains a feature flag set. Which... It's just a new feature flag set. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's exactly what I was thinking it was, to be honest. Okay, what's a feature flag? This is what I care about. Do I? This is awful. This is so scary. Hold on. There we go. We found it. Vanilla, trade rebalance, redstone experiments, Minecraft improvements. Yes, these are pretty vanilla things. I don't think that we want to do anything with this. This seems like a save file or like a Minecraft version kind of thing. I really don't think we want to even try to do anything with these. I think we just leave these alone for sure. Okay. So as long as like this is essentially almost always true, right? This is almost always true. You set the result to recipe result? No, what's the result? What do you do with the result? You do result slots set item 0 result. So do we think if I inject into this and I just do if I inject into this and just do set slot 0 result, instead of result I do like item stack dot fill. I don't know. Actually, what is a constructor for item stack? I assume it takes in like a block type and probably takes in a block type and an amount, I would think. I would also think that there's a constructor for it somewhere. Maybe not. What is this, bro? Just how do I make a new one? This is a map codec. Codec, optional codec. This is a string codec. This is encode. Okay, that's part of stream codec. This is I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is also another codec. Okay, then we have item stack empty. There is an validate strict method, optional create string codec method, which is all of this. This is validate string codec. This is tooltip. Get components, get prototype, boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Here are the actual constructors. Yeah, so it takes in an item like an account. There we go. Not that hard. And I assume results, recipe result is probably just going to return an item stack of 1, right? But you can change that. Oh, obviously, some recipes don't return just 1. Okay. This makes sense. Okay. So I would think that if I just injected to the bottom of this, and after it does this, I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute. Set result equal to an item stack of like 1 potato, and then rerun these 3 commands, we would get a potato for every recipe. Let's do that. This sounds like a good idea. Slot changed crafting grid, and here, I'm gonna yank around this, and then I don't remember how to do this. It's Alt, okay. Yeah, let's do advancement mixin. We're gonna go ahead and just do let me do this, there we go. I'm gonna have to do this, do this, oh gosh. Yeah. Hold on. Oh my gosh, my fingers are like so. Probably? Okay. Let's do this. Crafting menu dot. I don't remember what this is called. Slot changed crafting grid. Slot changed crafting grid. No. What was it before? Oh. I'm so sorry, guys. This is embarrassing, honestly. What? Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. We're just gonna go ahead and do slot changed crafting grid. Let's do tail. Let's go and fix this. Okay. So I'm gonna say, we're just gonna say crafting potato. Recipe for okay. Recipe for I don't actually know. Okay, so now we're gonna do hold on, my bad. One of these days I'll actually be like proficient at coding in here. Let's yank this, let's go back down. Let's go into here and paste. Let's delete this. Let's just go ahead and do okay. Result. Actually, hold on. Those. Let's go back here. Just gonna paste these in here. Delete this. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna instead do items dot. Yep, potato. And let's do 20. It's not like this at all. Why not? Method call expected. Oh, yeah, that's why. I am not used to programming in Java. I apologize. Yeah, okay, cool. Guys, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm pretty hyped. Pretty hyped for this. Can't lie. I really hope it does work. If we just craft a potato... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, I got way too excited for that. What are we doing here? Method must be static. Okay, that's fine. We can make it static. Okay. Alright, guys. Alright. If we craft a potato, I'm gonna be hyped. Okay. It didn't arrow. Oh gosh. Hold on. Gotta mute my speakers. I don't want you guys getting blasted. What time is it? I can probably put my headphones back on now, but that's okay. Let's just create a new world. Yeah, we can keep commands on, create a new world. We're in survival. We're just gonna go ahead. First, I'm gonna demonstrate that we don't get recipes. I'll get the recipe for wood, but I won't get the recipe for anything else when I do this. Yep, so I got the recipe. What? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Why did that work? What? Yes! Yes! Yo, guys, this is elite. This is elite ball right here. This is, bro. We're literally just like hacking Minecraft. This is amazing. I just crafted 20. Oh my gosh, guys, this is infinite potato glitch. Why does it put more potatoes in there too? It just completely messes with this. I have no clue what's happening. How did it even do this? Why did I get a chest recipe? It's so messed up. I love it. I love it. Oh gosh, guys. 20 potatoes. Now we have 126 potatoes. Let's go. We just have infinite. Oh, we can't possibly get any more. Oh, because I can't do that. I love modding Minecraft, bro. This is so good. No! We must have went over like the int. That's crazy that it did that. Why is it even changing this? Why did it even think that this is a good idea? We're at what? Like 1 million? 2 million? Ah, 39 billion? 1 trillion. We're at 318. Oh gosh. Now we're at 1 trillion. Okay, so you can't go past 1 trillion, which I think makes sense because I'm sure. Oh, this is, guys, that was elite. We crafted a lot of potatoes. I don't know if you guys are aware, but that's so funny. Why did it change? Why is it like, that's weird. Because, so if I go grab a piece of wood, right? So many potatoes. So if I grab wood and I put it here, yeah, why would it do that? Oh, okay, cool. That's just a nice glitch. It doesn't quite double it, but like, hold on. This is so funny. So I just put 1 potato in there. Oh. So I put 2 potatoes. So it's, I don't know what it's doing, but. Oh my gosh, yeah, just like 66 to 130. Goes to 512, 514. Yeah, it's like not quite. Oh, you know what I bet it's doing? I think it's taking 1 away and then doubling it. That's what it's doing. So yeah, if you put 2 in there, bro, this is ridiculous. I don't have enough slots for this in my inventory. I'm gonna have to throw all my potatoes away. Guys, this is so good. Like, we are so good at this game. This is so funny. I can't believe we made it make potatoes. This is good. This is good. And now there's just a couple potatoes laying down there. Oh gosh. Just a handful of potatoes. Okay, interesting though. If we get gravel, are we gonna get the recipe for concrete? What? Why? Oh, it says we have it, but we don't actually. Like, it's not real. It's not. It's fake. It's literally fake news. I can't craft anything, so I just need more. I need more blocks. I can't. I literally can't craft anything. Is there like flowers or anything nearby? We can try and like get the dye recipe. Oh, there's flowers over there. Woo. There, so we should have the recipe for stew, and oh, we did. What? No. Why did it give us that? Oh, bro, I took away the. Guys, I didn't know that it was in here. Yeah. Okay. All right. I did the wrong one. Okay, we're gonna stop this. I'm just gonna take this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then do. Okay. Whoa. What? Okay, I don't know what I just did. Nope, didn't want to do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go here, and we're just gonna undo all of this. Okay, and now it works. Okay, cool. This is good. Apparently I don't need to do 2-string here. Okay. Okay, now I figured out where it makes the recipe. Now what I need to do Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. In the crafting menu, it says maybe recipe, level, get server, get recipe manager, get recipe for. So I think this is gonna be my key. I think this get recipe for. Okay, hold on. This, it's checking to make sure the recipe hint is not null, which is weird. Why are you passing in a recipe hint. Why would you do that? Where are you even getting this from? Where'd you get this? What? Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. But okay. Okay, hold on. Let me grab my headphones. I'll be right back. Literally right. Guys, look at Waffle. He's so sleepy. He's sleeping. What a tired boy. He's so tired. Okay. If I play this now, is it gonna work? Like, is it gonna do its stuff that it's supposed to? Yeah. Okay, guys, we have music now. It's not just B anymore. Let's go. Okay. So now what's the big ideal? What's the big idea? Okay. Hold on. Okay. So what this is, it's making sure the recipe hint isn't null, and it's making sure that the recipe hint value matches the input and level. A recipe hint is just the recipe holder it's passing in. It's just a recipe holder, which is interesting. Like, what recipe holder is it getting? So it's actually telling you what it wants to create. How does it even know that? Oh, so it just gets a null? It just passes it null? That doesn't make any sense. How does it know when it's finished placing the recipe? Find usages. Bruh. It's literally no. Oh, wait, hold on. Where is this? Handle placement. What? Why is it creating methods? What the heck is it doing? Bruh. What is this? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. This is absurd. Okay, where's he getting the recipe from? How does it know what the recipe is? How does it know? How does it know? Okay. What I could do is I could try. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I could try placing a breakpoint here and running everything. Two things. Hopefully it won't just null this out. Hopefully this breakpoint actually works, and then hopefully we can actually see what's going on. Okay, it looks good. Okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna go. the recipe? So there's no recipe hint, which is weird. So is this just gonna return like, what's the recipe then? Oh, the result is error, because if you go here and you go here, if it's false, it just returns what? What? I don't understand. I do not understand at all. I'm so confused. So if this is not equal to null, well, that's false. So it doesn't have to do get recipe 4 type input level. Right? Guys, I don't really know. What if I just hit play? I'm stuck. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, to be honest with you. I don't know how you would get it. Oh, excuse me. And then, yeah, so this just returns. So I guess it just checks to see. It's like, is this null? If it's not null, then do optional dot, the return optional dot of recipe hint. Okay. Yeah, I don't. It needs to return a recipe holder, an optional recipe holder. So you just return the recipe hint if there is one. Otherwise, you get the recipe for the type input in level, which if you go here, it just returns this dot recipes dot get recipes for dot find first. Yeah, I don't really know if that's. This is a recipe manager. Get recipes for is returning a recipe map. So get recipes for is returning. Girl, this is not a recipe map. Who told you this? Oh, this is it's a method for recipe map. I see. Recipes is a recipe map. What? 'Cause, 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 this is recipe manager. Recipes is a recipe map. This is a method on the recipe map, which returns a stream. And then you just get the first instance on a stream or something? I don't know. I don't know. But okay. Interesting. I have a lot of questions. I don't really know where to go now. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, this is the abstract menu. That's not necessarily what I wanted. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, get recipe 4 just for some reason returns error if there's no. No, what? Why would it return error? How does it return error? Yeah, maybe recipe is what? Yeah, it's yellow dye. A result is air because you idiot. Bruh. Okay. Anyways. So that returns, it actually returns something else, whatever that is. I don't remember what it is, but like the recipe hint is null, so it's doing get recipe 4. And I know we already looked at this, but it just goes here and does find first. Like I don't necessarily. Like if I do get recipes 4, it takes in type container level, and it's just as long as the container is empty. If the container is empty, it just returns empty stream. Otherwise, it does this by type, whatever that means. It returns a collection of recipe holders. What? How does that work? Explain this to me. Oh, no, I see. By type, it's a multi-map of recipe types to recipe holders. And then by key is recipe keys to recipe holders. Okay, so they're just different maps. But essentially what you do is you take in it's recipe type. Okay. So you're going to take in the type, which is a recipe type. Where does this recipe type come from? Comes from this, which comes from this, which you pass in somehow. Oh, you pass in crafting as a type. Okay. So you pass in type crafting, you can stream from that, and then you filter it based on take in R and you return R.value.matches container and level. What? Where does the input go? What? What is I? It extends recipe input. So is a container the recipe input? Yes. Ooh, it doesn't like that. Okay. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do this. Go here, here, here. Let's try and go in. It said no. It said don't even think about it. Classic. Okay. Whatever that means. Interesting, so it already said that. Okay. I think it's... Oh my gosh. Oh. I think it played. That's fine. Haha, I win. Did I even have anything? Huh. Huh. The flowers aren't breaking. Oh, is it because I'm in? I think this is what I wanted. Yes! Guys, I'm so good at this game. Okay, what do I do now? Why did I even want to go here? What was the purpose of this? I totally forgot why I wanted to get in here. I don't remember what I was looking at. Oh, man. I was at the recipe map at some point. Yeah, it creates this at some point. Okay, so this is how it does it. It just checks to see if there is a recipe by this count. Okay, let me make sure I got this right. So my understanding of this is, so current crafting vibe. So we have, so put something in crafting menu. then what it's going to do is it's going to check if crafting input has a recipe that matches it in the recipe map. So if I just redefine the recipe map to be, if I just control what's in the recipe map, I think we'll be fine. What is this called? Recipe manager and synchronized recipes impl. Okay, cool. Not really sure what's going on here, but I don't know that I trust this. This looks easier to digest, for sure. This is prepare. And so what this is gonna do, can we put a call here? Yeah. Let's rerun this. Yeah, just stop it, rerun. I wanna see this in action. Also, we can go to, let me see this. Okay, cool. Just so you guys can see. I assume it's gonna do it right now. And I was right. Haha, let's go. Whoa, what is, there's asynchronous stack traces? Yo, we're running stuff in parallel in the setup. Let's go. Okay. So let me run through this first, and then we can kind of we'll like step along the line through it. So prepare is taking in a resource manager, surprisingly, because it is a resource manager. No, sorry, I lied. This is a method on a recipe manager. It's taking in a resource manager and a profile filler. Yes. So it's going to create a sorted map, mapping identifiers to recipes. It's just going to empty tree map. Then it is going to say, but we got a simple JSON resource reload listener. We have one of those. We're going to call scan directory on that. It's going to scan. It's passing in the manager, which is a resource manager. Oh, yeah. So it's passing in the resource manager. It's passing in the recipe lister. Okay. And it's passing in this.registries.create serialization context, passing in JSON ops.instance, which is a dynamic ops. So this is for serialization. So this is loading all the recipes in. Recipe.codec, recipes, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And then recipe holders is a list of recipe holders. It just creates a new list of recipes.size, which is, oh, okay, so it's scanning the directory and putting everything in the recipes map, I believe. So it's going to create a list of that size, and then for each recipe in the map, the recipes map, it is going to take its ID and its recipe and get its key, which is just the create a key by doing resource key.create, passing in registries.recipe and the current recipe's ID. So that creates a recipe key, yeah. And then the recipe holder is created by creating a new holder, passing in the recipe key and the current recipe. And then we add the recipe holder to recipe holder. holders. Which is our list of recipe holders. Then we can create a recipe map from the recipe holders list. So this is essentially all of the recipes that we have that exist in the world. Okay. So I'm just gonna cut this. Kindness. Bro, just no. I don't want this. Just terminate it. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been doing so much talking. It's like I'm streaming or something. Okay. Stretch. Okay. So theoretically, and let's also do this. Let's just do recipe map is all recipes in game. Okay. So theoretically, if instead of just checking if it's in the recipe map, what if we store a separate list that is only unlocked recipes? Then we can check that list instead. We should be able to preserve the same data types. So we'd be making the same calls. It would just be on a different list. Different map. Does this make sense to y'all? The real question is, how would we do this? The answer is probably, instead of calling in the crafting menu, instead of calling get recipe for, we don't care about the server level. We don't care about the server. We don't care about the recipe manager. We care about, I don't even know. These Russians just distracted me. Opposing preppy VLN. I don't even know what that is. Venesk or something? I don't know. Regardless. We're just gonna take this guy and we're gonna go. Boom! Banned! Ah, got him. Okay. Anyways. It's actually kind of tricky because I want to do the same What do you think? What are your thoughts? Let's do this. Well, if there's no recipe, it should just return. Result will just be air. Right, it'll just be items tag complete. So I will say, I'm gonna clarify here. Guys, I have no clue how the server level stuff works. Like when it's saying like level.getServer.getRecipeManager, I understand that there's some states are capped at the server level, so that way essentially like the player can edit them. However, I have no idea how I would even start with that. I don't know how to set it up correctly to put the yeah, your recipe manager should probably be at the server level, because otherwise you could just theoretically you could just tell it to do whatever. You could tell it to just return diamonds for everything, like I did with potatoes. You could just do that, and it would theoretically just work. However, not to mention the fact that that's not something you need to put on the this send. See, it literally does server player connection send new client bound container sets packet menu container ID menu increment state ID slot 0 result. So it's telling the server is telling the client to change the UI. Number one, currently, I'm the server and the client. Second of all, actually, we're just running the client, which is interesting. Yeah, we're just running the client. Anyways, yeah, secondly, I don't know. We're not gonna get into that. Okay, this is where it gets scary, guys. This is where we get in trouble. This is client, this is main, this is right. Like, this is good, this is fine. Is there supposed to be a server here? Like a server section? Yes, I'm gonna create a new class in here, and we're gonna call this we can call this Empire Recipe Manager. I think that's fine. We can get rid of this also. I don't really need this. I'm gonna need to store. Oh my gosh, I keep yawning. I'm gonna need to store what recipes are unlocked. And so instead of having a hold on. Crafting menu goes to it does get recipe manager, but it does get recipe 4. So it's in the get, yeah. So it's in here. Oh, this does prepare. But it also does get recipe 4. No. Yo, Meep, what's up? How you doing? I appreciate the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. This does get recipe 4. Yeah. On the recipe manager, just get recipe 4. Passes in all these things. That's what I just saw, isn't it? Get recipe 4. Oh, it's this one. This one. There's an overload for it. Okay. I don't believe this is the right one. Yeah, this isn't confusing at all. What? Okay. So this one doesn't have any recipe hint. But alright, actually, hold on. Let me make sure my chat's working. Okay, I think it is. I think it's fine. Sometimes I just get scared that like things aren't working and then people are doing stuff and I have no clue. Okay. My bad. Sorry guys. That's not a big deal. Alright, let me get back to the good stuff now. Okay. The difference between these is literally just the this is recipe key and this recipe holder. That makes sense. Okay. So we want this one. This is the one we care about actually. And it is oh yeah. So it does like get recipe 4, which is actually this, which this does just fine first. Interesting. I did not realize that I was just like going right there. Okay, that's fine. But this isn't really what I care about so much. What I care about is I'm so lost. No, yeah. Okay. So this dot recipes this is a recipe map. No? Yeah, this is a recipe map. So this is actually calling this. And then yes. Okay. So what I want is I want this map of resource key. Yeah. So I think this is I'm like 80% sure this is what I want. Why? What's up with this? Oh, that's chill. So I'm actually gonna call this unlocked recipes. Should this be static? Is recipe map static? It's not. Yeah, I mean it gets created by when you do recipe manager. How many times is this created? Like, how many different recipe maps are there? This only gets called internally. Oh, it's private. I could have guessed that. Okay. This gets called twice. I don't know what this synchronized recipes implementation does. It's kind of scary. I'm like really scared to look at this. importing it. This is in synchronized recipes. This is the mixin. I don't really know how I feel about that, but okay. Fabric recipes access. Recipe sync implementation file. Wait, where's this located? Is this fabric? Yes. That's why. Okay, so it really is only created once. I think I can just make it static. And I'll just have one instance of it. No? I feel like whenever I make something in Minecraft, I just always make it static. Okay, it doesn't like that. Why does it like it? Okay. Why can't it be static? Wait, actually no. Why can't it be static? Am I? I feel like maybe I'm just being pretty dumb and I don't know how like static works. I'm just like forgetting how it works. I feel like that's really the only explanation. Oh, do you not set classes to be static? What's up with this? Oh, okay, so it's like low-key fine. Oh, so if you don't set the class to be static, then doesn't that mean it's like always? Wait. Isn't final like? Doesn't that mean it can't be changed? Oh, you can modify the internal state. But still, shouldn't you not be able to like just instantiate it without setting it equal to anything? Even though that's what they do here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So like this is static. This is static, so you can call. This here, you just do recipe map. Oh no. So you do create a recipe map. I'm intrigued as to how that works. I feel like I just don't know how to code at this point. Static is a non-access modifier used to indicate a member belongs to the class itself rather than a specific instance of that class. So static members are shared across all instances of the class. Static methods. My understanding was that if you, like, this is not a definition of static, but like if you set something to static, like if you set a method to static, you don't have to instantiate a class, an instance of a class. method as static mean you don't, oh my gosh, have to create an instance of a class, an instance of a class to call it. I think you can call it directly on the class and you don't have to create an object. Yeah. Okay. So I don't necessarily know why they created an object here, but I mean, it's probably just me not knowing how things work. Again. Why did they make it static? Actually, no, they do need, because they pass this around, right? They store the data in here. So I think you have to, I don't know why they may create static. I don't think they necessarily should have done that. You need an instance of this. You can't just create it all willy-nilly. You can't do that. I think I understand. We don't actually want this to be static. That's fine. So then we'll do public Empire recipe manager. I don't think we need anything in here right now. But when we do this, we can just set unlocked recipes equal to oh gosh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, just a new hash map, which is fine. And then this is like, oh, private is assigned but never accessed. Field can be converted into a local variable. Yada yada yada. Okay. Okay. So then we need what we need to do is we need to do yeah, we'll do unlock recipe. Hold on. Public void. Unlock recipe. We'll have to pass in we might just have to pass in both of these. And then you would just do unlocked recipes dot, yeah, you would do dot put, and you would do key recipe, something like that. Okay, then you could do public boolean, yeah, just do is recipe unlocked, and you could do pass in resource key recipe and then unlock recipes dot get recipe. Yeah, once again, I forgot to do. That should be key. Hold on. Okay, so I think you do this if this equals null, or like, yeah, I don't know. Then return false, otherwise return true. Yeah, what does it say? Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. So this makes sense to me. Is there anything that I am lacking? Okay, first of all, I actually want to make this. I should probably establish this on the server so that way I can get it from the server, is what I should do. I will have to make a server mix-in. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know. I think it's this. Maybe I should put this here instead. Anyways. So I think we need to, oh, hold on. I don't know how to get these. That is one thing, is I don't really know. Guys, I don't really know how to get these at all. Like, I know this just puts everything in recipe. And then we create recipe holders. You just take in an iterable of recipe holders. And it'll just put the ID in the recipe. I need to figure out how they make the recipe holders, right? New recipe holder. You have to get the key in the recipe. To get the resource key of a recipe, you have to do resource key create registries recipe, and you have to pass an ID, which you get from recipes, which you get from this. Let's clarify one thing. I want to make sure that I'm actually using what I need. Oh gosh. Okay. Do I have 2 Minecraft instances? Oh, I do. Yeah. I very much do. my goal is in the crafting menu, when it does this, after it does this, we need to check to see if result is unlocked. And result is the item stack. We could also get we could also get the recipe holder from here. We could also do that. But we can probably just keep a list of items that are... No, we need to keep a list of recipes that are unlocked. Like, that's what we need to do. That actually is what we need to do. Okay. Well, let's try this then. Can I create a new... Actually, hold on. I have no idea what I need to put in here. I can put a map in here. Oh, actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. There's no reason to do anything but unlocked recipes. Dot put. Now we need a resource key. Guys, this is not gonna work. The recipes are all stored as JSON objects. Yeah. This is a problem, isn't it? All the recipes that are being pulled in are stored as JSON objects. They're not classes. They're never classes. You just have shapeless and they just become objects in I can't reference these statically like I could items. That sucks. That really sucks. Probably the best way to do this is I'm gonna have to reference yeah, and I'm trying to think if I could just lock items instead, but I don't want to lock an item because of the fact that it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It seems kind of janky. Because, okay, let's think about the fact that what if you have two different recipes, right? If you have two different recipes for an item, do you want to unlock the item or do you want to unlock one of the recipes to craft the item? You would want to unlock the recipes themselves, right? would want to. This makes things really tricky at a lot of different levels. The first level is obviously here, but the second level is now, okay, how do I unlock a recipe? How do I signify which recipe I want to unlock? Okay, well that's gonna come from some sort of event or something. Like, for example, let's say a villager has recipes for sale. Like, he'll sell you a recipe. Now, it's okay. How do I set that? How do I set that a recipe or a villager can have a recipe to sell? And yo, try something, Dev. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. The issue is now that nah, bro, you're good. You can chill here. It's been kind of a slow morning, so we're kind of hanging out, trying to figure out how to essentially lock all the recipes in the game. So that is it's been a work. It's been a piece of work, that's for sure. So glad my chat works. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I set chat up on my stream, like on my UI or whatever. It had to have been like 2 months ago now, maybe 3 months ago, and then I didn't stream for like a month or so, and then yeah, no, it was definitely before. It was definitely in March I set this up. And this is the first time I've seen it work, so that's cool. Let's see. Oh, yeah, because how would I signify that a villager has a recipe that you can buy? You would probably want to specify either the recipe holder or the recipe, or the resource key, or the recipe key, right? Either one is fine, but if you could probably just specify the recipe holder. But where are you getting the recipe holder from? That's my question. I mean, I could just but the thing is, like, where am I getting it from? Because all the information for all the recipes is coming from all the JSON files. I can't edit the JSON files, so I would have to. Oh yeah, this is not. Oh, bro, this sucks. I don't know if I can do this. Like, I might have to like rethink the entire process. I didn't think about the fact that all these recipes are being stored as JSONs and then just like serialized in. Because there's very little. I think the only way for me to reference a specific recipe here is I would have to either know the recipe key, which is assigned by like this random It's assigned by when they serialize it, they assign it. So like it's not anything, to my knowledge, it's not anything. I mean, you could try. Let's see. Maybe I'm like way overthinking this. Maybe I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be. What's like a good recipe? Like planks, right? Yeah, I think here's the right one. There's no ID here. And then if you go to recipe manager, when you prepare it, we do scan directory. I believe this is the right one. Let's go in here and let's see. This is gonna take in a resource manager, file to ID converter, dynamic ops, codec, map, identifiers to type T. And then for every entry of identifier and resource, that is in the lister.listmatchingresources.entry set. I really want to know, it's putting all this stuff in the result, right? I want to know what it's putting in the result. That's what I want to know. And it looks like I have my answer. It looks like I have my answer, which is really interesting because of the fact that this result is it's a sort of map of identifiers and recipes. Okay, so yeah, I just want to know where it's getting this identifier from. Result.put if absent ID and parsed. ID is just simply lister.file to ID location. Yeah. So this is arbitrary. I can't do anything with this. I can't reference anything by this. And it just puts all these in a resource map, which is not what I want, man. Like, essentially what I'd have to do is I'd have to reference the resource map, and I would have to do like get recipes for, and I'd have to pass in type of the recipe, which is not that big of a deal. It's just crafting usually. I have to pass in the container and I have to pass in the level. I don't really know what does, dude. I don't know why there's a level there. But like this is what I'm gonna have to do. I think. I don't know if there's a better way to do this. This is all it does. It just reads in the, I guess, the location. Is this being used for anything? You know what? Let's try one thing before I just give up on all of this. Let's try one thing. I don't even know where this breakpoint's set. Yes, I do. Hold on. Nope. I wanted to debug it. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where that breakpoint sets. Just look this up. It should pause right here. Yeah, and prepare. So it's gonna go. I don't know what this is doing. Oh no. Okay, let's retry this. I don't know what just happened. I mean, I do, but I also don't. Okay, I don't really want this. I want this, to be honest with you. We can just leave it. Okay, so it's here. I want recipes, yes. Okay. So, okay. The key is actually these are real things. They're not just like numbers, I think. Pretty sure. I'm almost positive. Now I'm not exactly sure how they come up with these. Because if you go, again, if you go here, go to scan directory, the ID is lister.toFileID location. I have no idea how it comes. Like, this is just getting way too in the weeds. Like for example, this is maybe just this. It could be based on the name. Not entirely sure. I mean, I think it's safe to say that they all at least line up with I think it's the file name is how it does it. So that's fine. I think this is fine. But there's no way to just like get a specific category from, or get a specific. Oh, is there? Yes, there is. Okay. So I think I can do unlocked recipes. That's not where I want to do that. Unlocked recipes. Dot put. Also, I don't even want file in here. There's no reason for file to be in there. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. Put. Let's do. I think I'm going to need a reference to. I think I'm going to need a reference to the server. I'm going to either need a reference to the server or the resource map. Or the map. The recipe. No. Bro, I don't know what this is called. The recipe map. Is this. These aren't static. Is this static? This is static. What is this? Recipe map empty? What? I'm so confused. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it doesn't really ever return empty, does it? No, this is just public static yet. So these are not static, which means that this is per instance. So which means we need to use an actual object. But I think that's fine because, well, recipe manager does recipe map.create. So when it prepares it, it doesn't necessarily. I might need a reference to the actual. I need this recipe map. I need the recipe map that's returned here. So I guess where's this? Where's this being used? Simple prepare reload listener. Why does it make that so complicated? So this returns. this just passes it into supply async. Yeah, it just passes the resource or the recipe map into there. Oh, but you can do, this will get by key. So you can call by key on the recipe manager. And I believe the server has a recipe manager. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, but I have to pee. I'll be right back. Enjoy the music. All right, my bad, I'm back. Okay. I was just thinking about, yeah, so we can call, where are we at? Yeah, so you can get the recipe manager. I don't know if it's best to pass in the server. This always confuses me. This is like an architectural problem, but if I pass in the server to the, well, I don't want like spaghetti dependencies, right? If I pass in the server to the recipe manager, the Empire recipe manager, is that going to be an issue? How does a recipe Empire manager take in the server? No. Does it need the server for anything? I don't know, but so I guess I keep trying to put this in words, and I think I keep stopping short of my sentence. But if I instantiate an Empire recipe manager in the server class, will it be able to? Oh no, wait. I'm not defining it in the server class. I'm passing in a server for it. I probably don't need to do that, but you know what? Let's keep the scope as limited as possible right now. We're gonna pass in a recipe manager, right? Recipe manager. I don't know. Sure, yeah. Go for it. You can do recipe manager dot by key, and then we can pass in. I think it would be Minecraft. You know, like let's do crafting table. That'll probably be good. I see. This is not Minecraft crafting table. Also here. And it doesn't like this. Because you need a resource key. Okay, how would you make a resource key? Let's go to the recipe manager. Let's go down to buy key. Let's just find the usages of this and see how it's being called elsewhere. Well, this is what I did. That's incorrect. Okay, so like this is okay, so get registry key context name. Okay, so yeah, get registry key is definitely the way to go. Yeah. Because I don't have. Yeah, like they have already, like, in this one, they actually do get registry key. This one, they're passing recipe ID, which they already have. They already have a list of recipe IDs. Here, they already have. You know, they have a list of recipe IDs or recipe keys. Sorry, recipe keys. Here they are passing an ID. I don't know where they're getting ID from, but my guess is it's the same. They already have a list of them, right? Yeah, let's go here. Let's do. Where was this? Here. They have ID. Where's ID coming from? It's a recipe ID, so they already have it. Yeah. So this is just not gonna be super great for us. So what I need to do is I should call. Where was it? Oh, here, yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's see if we can make this a little bit messier. Now the context, I will say, I don't know if this is gonna work because I think the context is already, I don't know what the context should be. Command context, I think this is not good. It's just not good at all. Okay. I just need like an example of what might go? Okay, let's try this also. Okay, well, it's literally not anywhere. Yeah, we're it's not good. Oh yeah, for each context that you on the command source stack. Okay, cool. Yup. Okay. Not super great for us. Alright. What can we do? I really thought this was gonna be the answer. Why can't I just give you the name of it and you just give it to me? It's not super great. I wonder if I can put this here and run this. Oh my gosh. I don't care about the errors. The errors are just, they're just irrelevant to me. I don't care. I don't care. There's errors. It's not a big deal. Alright, let's see. Oh, actually, you can go ahead and take this one out. Okay, not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. Okay. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know how to trigger this breakpoint. Hold on, let me make sure this breakpoint's actually breaking. Oh, it's not. Surprise, surprise. Okay, let's try this again. That's my only other option I really have. Just hope that it stops. Oh, maybe. Do we have a recipe ID? We do. Let's go. I just need like, okay. So the recipe ID is it has a registry name and an identifier. I just need to know the context, right? No. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, yeah, sorry. I can do that. I can just turn this down to like here. Hopefully that's good. I mean, yeah, I can adjust it on Spotify, or I adjusted it on OBS, so hopefully that's better. I appreciate that though. I don't have a lot of yeah, let me know if that's better. Okay, cool. That's good. That's fine. I could just keep OBS there then. No, I appreciate that. I don't get a lot of feedback on my, like, how the stream actually, you know, is from viewers. I can always go and like try and watch it myself, but it's hard to. I mean, I could go watch the replays. I guess I could do that. That's probably a good idea. That's fine though. That's okay. But yeah, no one's ever said anything, so I've never. I don't know. I've adjusted it over time, but I think it's been that way for a while. Okay, so guys, I don't know where I'm at all. Like, I really don't know where I'm at. There should be an ID somewhere. This is not gonna help me at all. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. Nice. Oh, bro, I like the emojis. Those are cool. Those are very cool. Yeah, guys, I don't actually know what method we're at or anything. Oh wait, what is this? This is a server player? Hold on, wait. Recipe manager. I was here. I set the breakpoint here. Hold on. We're gonna pull some big weird moves. Server player. Boom. ID. Now I know where we're at. Let's go. Okay. We're in here. Yeah, so we just passed in the ID. Ah, see, this is now full. Okay. Let me do. Where's the other one? This is the one I care about, like for real. Oh yeah, it's up here. Okay, it doesn't work. That doesn't work. Does this work? Okay. Let's try this, and let's just go ahead and. Did it just fail? Oh no. I was about to say what? I don't really want that per se. Okay, cool. It's not exactly what I was expecting. Alright, let's rerun it. Let's just run it back. Let's run it back. Okay. Oh, this light's gonna have to get like turned up or something. It's getting dark in here. That's fine. I think that's fine. Okay. Hopefully this stops. Is it like, is the breakpoint like really there? It is. It is really there. All right, come on. Stop. It didn't stop. Unbelievable. You know why it didn't stop? This is server player. No, it's not. This is resource key argument. Whatever. Where is this being called from? Recipe command. How are we not running recipe command, man? Like, how are we not doing this? All right, we can try and play and trigger it. I don't really have a ton of other ideas. Okay, potatoes does not give me. Potatoes does not do it. Maybe I just need more. Maybe I need new blocks. Nope. Okay. There could also be just an issue with the breakpoint itself, because this is, you know, my modded Minecraft, so breakpoints aren't great. Well, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, bro, you regen so fast in peaceful mode. That's actually insane. That's crazy. The process of discovery is a real pain, I'll tell you that much. And then sometimes I just play Minecraft for way too long. I just need to know. I need to know what. I need to know what context is being passed in. Okay, so I'll give you the rundown. Sorry. Sometimes I get really bad at not expressing what I'm actually doing. So I'm trying to block all the. Essentially trying to block you from craft anything, pretty much. I'm making a mod. It's gonna be pretty expansive, and so my first thought was I want to have like all recipes be locked, and then you have to like buy recipes or find recipes or acquire recipes somehow to make stuff, which will slow down. It'll kind of like distinguish the progression, and it will also prolong progression, right? It'll make the game take a lot longer, which is good because we're gonna fill it with content, which is good. So that's what I want. So I figured the first step to do this is I need to just disable all recipes, and then program a way to slowly to add recipes also, and then I can add recipes at certain times or certain events or whatever. But right now, what I'm trying to do is actually just block all the recipes, which I think this code will actually do. I think this code will actually block all recipes. If I actually ran this, what I would do is, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm using Fabric. But so what I figured out is that if I've used Fabric before. I almost switched to Neoforge, but I read that Fabric is it has less built-in stuff, a little bit. It has less built-in stuff, but because of that, it's more flexible. You have to do a little bit more, but you have the ability to do a little bit more. So that's what it is. So that's why I went with Fabric again. But I like Fabric. Fabric's cool. What I figured out is that in the crafting menu, this method here is what actually crafts stuff. This is what puts the item in the... when you go to craft stuff, this is what puts an item in the result spot. So what I did is I just essentially interjected at the end of this method and ran this again. But instead of running it with result, I just ran it with a potato. So anytime you try and craft anything, you craft 20 potatoes, which is ridiculous, but fun. So now what I need to do is I need to store a list of unlocked recipes. And then in this same code here, all I'll do is be okay, so you go through here, you get, if you have the right items to craft a recipe, get the recipe. And then I'll just be yo, that recipe that you just got, is that unlocked? If yes, then do this. If no, then don't do this. Just return. Or, yeah, set result back to error or something like that. But essentially, you won't be able to craft anything unless you unlock the recipes. So this is where I'm storing the recipe, the unlocked recipe map, right? It takes in resource keys and recipe holders. These are just references to each recipe holder. So now what I need to do is I want to start off with, you need to have some recipes at the beginning, right? Your basic crafting table, planks, probably wooden tools. So I need to put those in the map at the beginning. To do that, I need to reference the recipe key. The only problem is that Well, I need the recipe key and the recipe holder, which is kind of an issue for two reasons. All the recipes aren't, like, they're not classes in the code. They're all being serialized from the JSON files. So they're just in a list, or they're in another map, actually. So what I need to do is I need to get them from that map. Luckily, you can do that by getting, like, all you have to do is, like, you just get them from the map by referencing their key. The only trouble is I have to figure out a way to create their key, because it's not just the string of, like, the file name, which we kind of saw here. No, it's gone. We're not running anymore. But I need a way to create a recipe key, is essentially what it comes down to. So that way I can specify specific recipes. I need to specify certain recipes. To do that, I need to reference a recipe key, is my understanding of how this works. There may be another way to reference specific recipes, but I think this is the way. You don't ever really, like, there's no recipes really hard-coded into the, like, there's not really recipes hard-coded into the game. Like, yeah, like, if I just search, see, this is gonna show up in all the, like, this isn't gonna, it's not gonna give you an actual good answer. But I just want, like, text. Yeah, so none of this is actually what's going on here. Right? Is that right? Oh, just one. Sorry. But these are all, like, these are all JSON files. There's nothing in any code files. I don't know if I can specify file types. Java. There we go. So this is my code. These are not. This is package info. Yeah, these just really aren't. Minecraft Ponder Goat Horn, like Minecraft Acacia Wood Slab. Recipes fix sounds like not a great idea. We can go here. Oh, okay. What is this? It's just an immutable map of they changed it from Acacia Wooden Slab to Acacia Slab. Very interesting. I don't know what you use this for, but that's interesting. I love that. I love that they did. That's hilarious. They changed the name and that's how they did it. That's hilarious. Okay. That's so funny. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's pretty ridiculous. Can't lie. Here we go. But yeah, so all these are just gonna be in, like, fix files. Yeah, like, these are just fix files, fix files. These are all just fixed files. I wonder where this gets referenced at. We're kind of going down a rabbit hole, but that's okay. It's honestly, sometimes it is so ridiculously fun to just go down a rabbit hole with this. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I guess it is. I don't know what's going on here. This seems ridiculous. This seems absolutely absurd. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I know what's going on here. What is this? All this doing? It's just adding everything to fixerupper.add schema, fixerupper.add fixer.add fixer.add fixer. What the heck? Oh my god. No, okay. No, this is horrifying. I'm not looking at that. I'm just kidding. Not looking at that anymore. Okay, so what I also figured out is that if I go to it's not yeah, get recipe. This is the only way I found that actually creates a registry key. But you need to pass in context. Context is whatever this is, right? Oh, there's so many results for that. I want a field declaration. I mean, that'd be cool, but it's just passing in context. How would I know the context? How would I know the context? I think you just have to, like, I don't think I can just use like a generic value for this. I don't think so. There's not really anything here to get it. Where is this used at? Get recipe? No. Where is this? Yeah, where is this used at? This passes in just context that it gets passed into it. This passes in. Can I not do that? Okay. This passes in context passed into it. This context passed into it. This is something else. I don't know what that is, but okay. So let's go to here. Oh. Sure. I guess let's go here to recipe command. And it just does whatever the heck this is. Passes in, yeah, it passes in a command dispatcher of command source stack. And so for, yeah, it just does register. Yes, man, I don't know that I can get this command or this context. I don't know if there's any way to get access to it. All right, let's try a couple more things. Actually, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll try and do some research on this, but it's 9 o'clock, so I am out of here. Try something, Dev. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate the interaction and the follow. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll be here tomorrow morning if you want to come back. Yeah, I'll get it. It's just a matter of time. All right, peace. See ya.